Greetings, and welcome to episode 25 of Morrowind Modding Showcases. As always, I'm your host, Dark Elf Guy, and we will hopefully have a full schedule of videos for you this week. I know we've been rather late with videos lately, but in any event, in this episode we have another 13 mods for your viewing pleasure. And as always, download links are included in the description below. Now why don't we go ahead and get started with our popular mod of the week, which this week is our mod series Telvanni Lighthouse Telbranora by Colt17. This mod adds a lighthouse on the edge of Telbranora with a clearly Telvanni architectural style. It's a rather tall and dominating structure, fitting in perfectly with the landscape and surroundings of the Azura's coast region. You can even climb all the way to the top, past precarious falls, and see some truly wonderful views of the surrounding area. For our house mod of the week this week, we have the Wanderer's Lodge by the Wanderer. This mod adds an island residence in one of a few locations, including next to Ebonheart, as seen here. Inside is a lovely abode, including a rather large library with display cases, and extra storage space, as well as a number of new books added by this mod. Which you can read next to a roaring fire. There are several other rooms as well, including an alchemy lab of sorts, with plenty of cabinets for you to store ingredients in. Naturally, you'll also find a display hall, where you can store your goods. Amongst other things. And of course, there's a lovely bedroom, complete with a fire and lounging furniture. This week's gameplay mod of the week is Races Are More Fun by Lacey Gay. This mod overhauls the racial abilities, powers, and starting stats for every race in the game, based on the established lore behind that race. Like the Bosma, for example, now have 4 powers, including a power to command creatures, and another one to frenzy them. Argonians likewise now have powers to make them better merchants. And Imperials and Bretons each have new powers and abilities that are unique to them. All of this helps to make the game much more fun and interesting for each playthrough, vastly changing up the gameplay mechanics depending on what race you play. Next up is our dungeon mod of the week, and this week we have Indusal Antarianol Redone by Trainwiz. This mod overhauls the Dwemer complex of Indusal with a new interior layout, including close-quartered and damp Dwemer hallways, filled with machinery, and the occasional hostile encounter. There's also large open chambers, with an almost factory-like appearance. Not to mention giant caverns, with curious Dwemer devices. Included in this package is Terran Redone, which we originally showed in episode 1 of Morrowind Modding Showcases, and which overhauls Kagranak's library, as you can see here. For our items mod of the week this week, we have the Ultimate Night Shop by Ori, aka the Hand of God. This mod adds a couple of new vendors to Fort Moonmoth, as you can see here. And they have quite the selection of new weapons and armors for sale. Here you can see a number of the new weapons you can buy, including bows, daggers, longswords, axes, and much more. Pretty much everything you can think of. Including a buzzsaw, which doesn't seem that knightly, but minor detail, I suppose. And here you can see some of the new armor pieces for sale, courtesy of the display halls in Ravenloft. This includes dozens of new shields as well. This week's quest mod of the week is Player Home Penumbra and Quest by Skill 8. This mod adds a home used by the orc Umbra, whom you must first defeat in battle before obtaining the key to his residence. Once inside, you'll find a beautiful and lavishly detailed interior that's absolutely stuffed to the brim with clutter. As well as a number of documents scattered about that tell minor tidbits about Umbra's life. And there's something of a mystery about even more stuff to be found beneath this humble home. Including a deep, dark dungeon, but that's all I can really reveal without going into spoiler territory, so you'll have to find out the rest for yourself. Next up is our Landmass Mod of the week, and this week we have Havish by Jog. This is a large new landmass that's dominated by the massive port city of Havish, as you can see here. And Havish is indeed a real city, with plazas, city blocks, probably over a dozen taverns, and much more for you to discover. Including a number of back streets and close-quartered neighborhoods that you can almost get lost in. Havish comes with a number of seedy joints, where you can gamble your money away with blackjack and other activities. or talk with locals who have a number of new dialogue topics. You can even bet on rat fights, if you so desire. And they do provide quite the entertaining matches. There's also a ton of new quests to check out, including some from the Mages Guild. And there's a few side quests as well that can be used to add new services like transportation to Vardenfell. Each major guild, including the Fighters Guild and Thieves Guild, has new quests for you to do. There's even a bank, where you can deposit money and gain interest over time. As you can see from the account information here. And you can also buy a house, if you so desire. And did I mention the gambling establishments? There's actually quite a few of them. You can play dice here. Or try your luck with the Wheel of Fortune. Though you're very likely to lose. And of course, no Landmass Mod is complete without large, sprawling dungeons. As seen here. Filled with opponents to face. And chambers to get lost in. There's more than just a city though. You'll also find a rather large forest surrounding Havish. And as you can see from this map, Havish will conflict with Tamar Rebuilt, unless you get the moved version. For our NPC Mod of the Week this week, we have Atronach Expansion by Melkor Dog. This mod adds a new shop to the outskirts of Tel Brenora. And inside you'll find an NPC vendor that sells a variety of spells for golems and Atronachs. You can summon these just like any other minion. And they'll follow you around. Not to mention fight by your side. And they are quite powerful indeed. There's also a level list version of this mod, which adds them to creature level lists around Vardenfell. So you may come across them in ruins. But be warned, they do pack quite a punch. This week's new Meshes and Textures Mod of the Week is Morrowind Watercolored by Peter Bitt. This mod is a texture replacer for vanilla Morrowind that gives the game a slight watercolored look to it. It's especially noticeable when you're close up to objects, as you can kinda see here. These textures cover every object in the game, including cities like Valmora here. And as you can see from a distance, the game looks mostly vanilla. But the closer you get, the more the watercoloring takes effect. This makes Morrowind watercolored an ideal texture replacer for those looking to maintain the feel of vanilla Morrowind. And obviously this is also a great texture replacer for those on lower end computers as well, as it has pretty much no performance impact whatsoever. And it does cover everything, such as the flora of the Ascadian Isles region, as you can see here. Next up is our Modest Resource Mod of the Week, and this week we have 990 Crystal Gem Ingredient Resource by Jaclaxo and Clavis. This is a simple modest resource that adds 990 different crystals for use as ingredients. Namely, there's 6 different meshes with 165 texture variations of each. Not to mention, each one has unique icons, so you can use them right away. Obviously, these are meant to be used in your own mods. But if you want to play with them right away, you can play the leveled list version, which adds crystals to various containers, like these here. For our underrated mod of the week this week, we have AST Cedanine Ariel's Attic Add-on by Asus. This mod adds a new room for you to rent from the Dunmer in Ariel's Trade House in Cedanine. The room itself is a cozy attic that you can call home during your stay in the swampy city for a mere 10 gold a night. Finally, an easily accessible bed in Cedanine. This week's Blast from the Past mod of the week is Tolorn, Small Dragon Companion by Mental Elf. This mod starts out with a simple pamphlet about a dragon nest, which will lead you naturally to a dragon fight of sorts. Afterwards, you'll find your very own dragon companion, who will dutifully fly after you. He'll travel with you on your adventures across Vardenfell. And he has all the standard fare companion features that you might expect, including the ability to level up over time. And Tolorn can be quite useful in a fight as well. You can even restore his health by feeding him. Finally, for our bonus mod of the week this week, we have Mostly Mini Todd by Fligety. With this mod, you'll find a miniature version of Todd Howard of Bethesda, hopping around Plesiad. Once you talk to him, he'll follow you for life, spouting answers to interview questions about the development of both Morrowind and Oblivion. as you can see here. You also help out in the fight. Sort of. You'll still be left doing most of the legwork yourself, though. As you travel around Vardenfell, Todd Howard will faithfully follow along, and occasionally ask to see Maik the lawyer. With Todd Howard by your side, you'll finally be able to complete your entourage of misfits and oddballs, as you seek to conquer Tamriel in the name of Zod, or Todd, whichever works. That's it for this week. Thanks for watching, and I hope you guys stick around for another 25 episodes. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. And hopefully I'll see you all for episode 50, which will be a real milestone indeed.